All right, latest updates on the shutdown.
Another impact of the shutdown, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits, will run out November 1st if the government doesn't reopen before then. We're talking late next week. A few hours ago, Maryland Governor Wes Moore put out a statement. He says the Trump administration hasn't guaranteed states will be reimbursed for covering federal expenses like food benefits, which has been the case during previous shutdowns. The governor says, quote, "We will continue to do everything in our power to ensure the federal government follows the law and provides funding for the critical services that our families, our children, and our veterans rely on."
This is interesting. All right, so there are several things about the shutdown that people like Governor Moore are likely going to be fairly dishonest with you about. And there's actually three things that you need to know about the shutdown. Number one, there have been 12 votes, count them, 12 votes in order to reopen the government. The Republicans consistently vote yes. There are a few Democrats that have crossed party lines in order to vote yes. But guess what? Governor Wes Moore, he's barking up the wrong tree. He's going after the Trump administration. He needs to go after Senator Chris Van Hollen, Senator Angela Brooks, who all 12 times voted no. I do not want to open the government. That's literally the legislation. So number one, this is still a Democrat shutdown because the Democrats are voting no to open the government. The Republicans are voting yes to open the government. Here's another thing you probably didn't know. A few days ago, there was actually a vote that was introduced by Republicans in order to pay essential workers. If people are working, there's a lot of people in the federal government that are working that are not getting paid. Republicans introduced legislation to pay those workers. Guess what? The Democrats voted no, and that includes Angela Brooks and Senator Chris Van Hollen, right? This is just common sense stuff. And again, the reason they keep voting no, it's not because they're in some pursuit of some grand thing. It's because it is leverage in order for them to get legislative priorities that they could never pass through law. We've talked about this several times. And by the way, if you want more details on that, go check out my friend Euripsy Morgan. She did a great video outlining and going into specifically the words of this Democrat whip that was basically saying this is leverage for us. Finally, there is another vote or another piece of legislation introduced by another Republican senator that says, hey, let's feed these people that are on SNAP benefits. Let's at least pass legislation so that people can get at least their food benefits, because this ends on November the 1st, right? So if the government's not open, people are going to start seeing immediate impacts. Again, the Democrats are likely going to vote no. And again, so the governor, again, they see this as leverage, and they've said this is leverage. John Fetterman brought up an interesting thing. He thinks that Republicans should kill the filibuster because that's what's holding it up, right? If the Republicans had a simple majority, then they could pass this. Should they kill the filibuster and basically say, Democrats, you no longer matter, simple majority vote? I don't know. That's interesting. I'll keep you updated.